Never taking shorts cause Brooklyn's the borough. Never taking shorts cause Brooklyn's the borough.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Get in Position. This episode of the Kidney Korner. It's Craig, your host. I want to welcome everyone tonight. Thank you for joining. Thank you for joining us. We really appreciate you all joining us tonight. I got a very special guest tonight. And tonight is really special to me. It's special to me because this is a good friend of mine, high school buddy. We attended high school together. We played football together. And one of the things is that while I was going through my situation in regards to chronic kidney disease and dialysis, I never knew that he was going through the same thing. I just happened to see one of his posts on Facebook, and I didn't realize that he was going through the same thing. Matter of fact, we were doing the same type of dialysis, peritoneal dialysis, and I just reached out to him, really just to see how he was doing, and because I didn't know he was actually going through the same thing. And when I tell you, none of us can actually go through things alone. And I am so grateful to this brother. I love him very much, and I really appreciate his time and him willing to be on or in the Kidney Korner with me. So, without further ado, we're going to get this thing crack-a-lagging. My friend, my buddy, my brother, Sean Justice.
What's going on?
What's
up, bro? What's good? What's good? This is amazing.
Yes, sir. Welcome to the Kidney Korner, man.
Thank you so much.
How you doing?
Thank you for having me. I'm good.
Thank you for being here. Thank you.
Absolutely. I have to do things like this for you, man. Man, come on, man. We've been through too much together.
Yes, we have. And we're going to get into it. We're going to get into some of those things tonight. Some of the things we're going to take to the grave, but
yeah.
But tonight we're going to get into a lot of stuff, man, a lot of stuff. So again, thank you. Say hello to your lovely wife for me, man. And
definitely will.
We've known each other now. This year makes 39 years.
A lifetime.
39 years. 85.
Yes.
85.
Yes.
85.
Yep.
We won a championship together.
I remember that.
The first
unscored upon and league play.
The first of its kind, actually. We was the very first freshman football team at Nazareth Regional High School in Brooklyn, New York. Gotta say that. Shout out to all the Kingsmen out there.
I hope you guys. Kingsman family.
Yes, family. Yes, sir. So, we know that we are not only brothers, but we are kidney brothers.
Yes, sir.
I would say we are kidney brothers.
We're connected by kidneys.
Connected by kidneys, yes, sir. I want to be, publicly want to congratulate you on receiving your kidney transplant.
Oh, thank you, man. Couldn't have did it without you, be honest with you. You walked me through that last month. You walked me through it because I surely did not know.
Bro, I couldn't have done the dialysis thing, a whole heap of stuff. But we're going to get into it. Just going to get into it, man. So what I really want to start off with, I just want to jump right into it. Tell us a little bit about your background as it relates. So we'll start at the beginning when it relates to acquiring or when you first found out that you had chronic kidney disease.
Oh yeah. Goodness, 8 years ago, I was going to the hospital a lot, and I was throwing up, and had a lot of stomach problems, and no one could really put their finger on it what it was. It was like your creatine's high, and I was like, well, I'm lifting weights, so it hid the fact that they weren't looking at my kidney at the time. I went to my PCP, and I was like, look, doc, not to be vulgar or gross or anything like that, but I have foam in my urine when I use the bathroom. And he sat up and was like, I gotta send you to a nephrologist. And as soon as I did that and ran some tests, I was spilling protein in my urine. And that's when I started learning about the kidney and what it does and the process I was about to go through.
Okay, so I know I just started sharing my kidney journey and my kidney story, and my first episode was the diagnosis.
Mm,
That's on YouTube, our YouTube channel right now, and I discovered that I was stage 3, and how it came about. It came about because I was obsessively taking this over-the-counter drug. It was an aspirin type, and it was
mm.
BC powders. And BC powders is kind of old, and that's for individuals who don't like taking pills
Pills, yeah,
because
the powder, yes,
yeah, the powder base,
good
right?
stuff.
And
Hmm.
so I was doing that because I suffered. I was 29 years old at the time, and I suffered with headaches. My eating habits was very poor. I had a stressful job, and so that caused scarring on my kidney tissue. And so that's how that came about and how they discovered. And like you, I went to the doctor on something totally different, but they
It led
saw
you to a
that my
nephrologist.
yeah, they sent me to a nephrologist because my blood pressures was high, unusually high for a young person my age. So how did you ever discover why it happened? Or
Sure. Well, you're privy to this. I was a
yeah,
big guy back in the day.
yeah,
I was
yeah,
like 300 and something pounds.
yes,
When when you're a big person, you develop symptoms of things, heart problems, blood pressure like you had, but you weren't as big. But I developed diabetes.
mm,
And diabetes is the quickest route, I think, to just about everything. It's a silent killer. And if you don't monitor it, limbs, kidneys, you lose a lot. I lost my eyesight from
mm.
that as well. So they were
Wow,
able to recover one eye, but not the other. This is all diabetes, and this is all stuff I put in my system. This is nothing no one did for me, do to me rather. So I did to myself. Just not knowledgeable.
wow, wow, wow. So and again, this is National Kidney Awareness Month. Everybody needs to know that. And one of the number one cause for chronic kidney disease is diabetes.
Mhm.
That's the number one cause. The number two is hypertension. Yeah. So okay. So your diabetes caused the breakdown of your kidneys.
Yep, exactly.
Oh wow.
All the while, you don't know. You just going with life,
Mm,
thinking everything's fine, and boom,
wow.
one day
That, that's one of the things I stress now more than ever. Um, that you don't feel anything.
you don't know you're sick until you feel a little bit better from dialysis at the time. I was like, wow, I feel so different because it was such a weight taken off. But that's down the road. Hold on, let's keep going.
Yeah, we jumping.
Yeah,
We
yeah, we jumping around.
jumping. We
Let
jumping.
me stop. Let me stop. Like I get excited, I start talking. I don't stop.
No, that's cool. That's perfectly cool. But when what stage did you come in on? Because we know it's 5 stages of
Three.
CKD. You came in on 3.
Yep.
Okay. Okay. So what did they do? What did your nephrologist do? How did they treat you? When you
Honestly,
came on 3.
I was so not aware of the situation that when he explained to me that your kidney functions are decreasing. I was like, okay, how much time do I have? He said, well, in a normal person, and I didn't hear the word normal, you lose 0.5% per year. At the
Say
time,
that
I was
one
like,
more time. Say that one more time.
a quote unquote normal person loses kidney function they have any issues with their kidneys, start losing it at 0.5% per year. I was at 20%, so I figured I had plenty of time. I came back the next year, I was at 15%. And he was like, "You're gonna go to dialysis." My kidney was just failing completely before my very eyes, basically.
So your kidney functions declined very rapidly.
Hmm.
So what was the time frame when you found out
It took
to
me about
dialysis?
to dialysis. I fought because I was one whole year I was going to the hospital every month with stomach problems. So that about a year and a half. The last time I was in the hospital, the doctor said, "Hey man, you are truly playing with fire." And I had to acquiesce then. I was like, I'm not knowledgeable enough. I got scared. Then I started reaching out, going to other places, and went to a nephrologist, and he was like, "Yeah, man, you might want to do something else."
Wow,
Hmm.
wow, wow, wow. So I mean, if you're listening out there, and I hope you're getting this, even the healthy person, what like you said, quote unquote, right, the normal person. You said it decreases, the kidney function decreases 0.5% per year.
Hmm.
Okay.
And when you're at 20%, you're like, "Man, I got at least another 10 years for I have to worry about anything too serious until you lose that 10% that could 6 months." And then the doctor knows. He's like, "Yeah, you really have." Then he ran the test. He was like, "You're at stage 3 already." I didn't know there was stage 4 or 5. I thought I was dying.
Oh wow, that's a
Yeah,
whole other level.
yeah, because they're spitting information at you, and if you're a layperson like most people are, what now?
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So did your mindset change? Like, okay, I'm on a stage 3. Did you try to fix your diet, or did they try to fix your diet? I know they put you on medications, and not to
Sure,
mention
they put them
diabetic. And so you're
meds, the
taking
meds.
insulins and meds and stuff like that?
I was taking pills for the diabetes. I wasn't on insulin yet.
Okay.
Then I got on insulin for like maybe a month, and then they put me straight onto the dialysis. They were like, "Look, we're not going to play games with you. Sticking yourself. We don't know if you're going to eat right. You're a big guy now. Let's get you straight." And off I went to peritoneal because I was under the impression that you could work out with peritoneal, and you cannot. I'll be the first to tell everyone out there in the world. They will sing you a song. You cannot work out with peritoneal dialysis because everything is core based and there's a tube in your stomach.
That
Simple and
is
plain.
correct. That is correct. That's where I started as well. Peritoneal PD
TD.
at home. It became man, so cumbersome. Ordering the equipment, and ordering the supplies, and everything had to be sterile, and
Oh,
and and,
mm,
and
mm,
not to mention my numbers were not coming out right.
mm. They, like I said, they sing you a song about this peritoneal dialysis because honestly, they want to put you on dialysis, but they don't want to put you in the clinic because if you're on peritoneal, you're doing it at home. They can put somebody else in the clinic that can make them another set of money. It's a lot of stuff is like money based,
So the revolving
unfortunately.
door, the
Yes, so
revolving door. Let's empty this seat. Get
get
somebody else
somebody
to
else in.
fill it.
Exactly.
Wow, man,
Exactly.
you're so right about that. You're so right about that. And I just want to say out there, those who are listening, if you have a family member who is dealing with the kidneys, anything kidney issue, please share this link. Get them on this live stream now, because my man is putting down some heavy stuff. A lot of this stuff I did not know. I'm hearing it for the first time, just like you are. So Send it to your family and friends, whoever you got to send it to. Tell them to get on this right now, because he's dropping some science right now. And we, yo, the gloves are off, man. We
Yeah, hey,
we just
I'm being real with you. I'm coming straight up from the heart for you guys. You know I love you. You know, and
no
I
doubt.
want everybody out there to take care of themselves.
Yes,
Please.
sir. That's the purpose of
It's
this whole thing.
it's so imperative that we take a second to think about our situation. And if you have something to take care of, take care of it. Tomorrow's not promised.
That's right. That's right. That's right. Hey, man, folks are dropping like flies, man. It's nuts.
And it's crazy. I honestly, I hate to say it, but not that I watched people waste away, but I saw friends of mine at dialysis pass away. Like, wow, this person not coming back no more.
Woo! Woo, 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 woo. All right, we're gonna get there because
Yeah. I got
that's
something to talk about. Let's talk about it.
segue into the next thing, man. Wow, great information, a lot of great information. And a lot of individuals do not know about, because when it was my time, and fortunate for me, my nephrologist was able to keep me at a stage 3 for 18 years. For 18 years. I don't think it's uncommon, because I've seen and heard other people be on stage 3 for longer. You have your proper care. That's number one, the proper care. Number two, you are partnering with that nephrologist and you're doing your part as well. That's very important. You have to do the work. You must do the work, right? And I was able to stay stage 3 for 18 years, and then to 4, and then eventually to end-stage renal failure, stage 5. And I went the peritoneal route as well, just like you. And that's how I found out you were doing the same thing with the whole cycler.
Oh,
and
the bags.
The bags.
The bags. The yellow, green, and red bags.
Yeah, yes, sir. Yes, sir. The bags. And it was just too cumbersome for me. And I believe you went on over to hemo before me. And I think I believe we had a conversation one time, and you said, yo, Pugs, okay, I said it. That was my high school grade.
I want to say it.
That's what they called me in high school, Pugs. Mike Louisor, I owe that to you. That's who gave me the name. I'm good with it. I'm good with it. As long as it wasn't like Stinky or something like that.
That's something crazy, yeah. Pugs were good.
But you said to me, you say, yo, Pugs, you need to go on. I've tried hemo and I'm doing a lot better. I feel a lot better. You need to try it, because I think I explained to you that this PD is just not working, man.
It wears on you too. It wears on you.
It does. It does. And my numbers, I wasn't satisfied with my numbers.
That's the second part about PD. If you don't initially get the numbers you want, they just extend it and extend it. So when I say extend it, you usually go 8 hours a day.
Mm-hmm.
I went from 8 hours to 10 hours. Then I went from 10 hours to 12 hours with a 2-hour dwell. So that's 14 hours out of my day already. That's why when I got on hemo, I was like, Craig, you're going to be a slave to the machine, that tube. Now, I was adamant about it. I was like, please. Because hemo opens up your life a little bit more.
It does.
I mean, it's 3 days a week, but hey, it's 3 days, 3 hours, 4 hours, whatever it is, and it's over.
Yeah, that's exactly what you told me. That's exactly what you told me. And I listened. I said, hey, this is not working for me. And they got me to a center, and I started. had the perm calf put in, and we started on the hemo. So let's talk about hemodialysis. Let's talk about
Absolutely.
hemodialysis. How long were you on hemodialysis?
I was on hemo for 7 years. Seven
Hmm,
years.
okay,
7 years. Because in the middle of that was COVID, so
right.
wasn't too much going on during COVID, so that was a chunk of it. But yeah, 7 years.
Okay. And tell the viewers out there and those who may be dealing with or who may be on dialysis right now or thinking about going on or their nephrologist is saying, hey, this is inevitable. This is where we're headed. Let's talk about time spent in the center and on
Yeah.
hemodialysis. Let's talk about that.
Um.
What were some of your experiences in the center? In center,
Well, if you remember, I went to two centers. The
right?
first center was a DaVita
Hmm.
dialysis. If you're familiar with the name, you feel the name. If not, it's just another center.
Hmm.
I wasn't comfortable with the way I was being treated, and if you're not your own advocate, it's terrible. So I searched. I would talk to my nephrologist. I'm like, do you service any other centers? She's like, yeah, sure. And this one was like 5 minutes from my house too, and they treated me so well, so well. These people are angels. They treated me so well that it motivated me even harder to get everything I needed to get done. Every day I walked in there, they're like, "You're too young to be here."
Mm.
I'm like, I'm 52 years old. What do you mean I'm too young? You're too young to be here, Sean. And,
Wow.
and that stuck with me. And these people, oh man, I owe them my life.
Mm. Mm. Now
So
let's
you
go.
need,
Let's go back. That's important. I want to talk about that as well. Before we go back, because you make a valid point as far as
big,
advocating for yourself,
big.
and finding a place where you're comfortable. Let's
The
let's
only way,
let's
the
let's
only way
talk.
you're going to be better or get better or progress in dialysis and with your kidney disease is if you're in a safe space. And by that I mean where you're comfortable, the people are attentive to your needs, and they're getting the job done as far as the machine and the dialysis. You know, that's truly important because if you don't feel good at a dialysis center, you're not going to go. Number one, you're going to cut yourself short. Like, take me off the machine. I'm done. You're going to find every excuse not to be there,
Mm,
and you need to be
mm,
there.
mm. Right, right. You you mentioned early on that you stated that you saw and you watched many of your friends because in the in-center environment of dialysis, you pretty much because it's in shifts, right? It's in
Hmm.
shifts. If you first shift, second shift, some centers do a third shift.
Yeah,
Um, your shift, you and your shift, and your fellow dialysis patients really become like family.
absolutely,
You really
absolutely.
become like family. You you sitting right next to him or her,
Hmm.
and you discussing life. You discussing the news. If it's football season, you discussing you saw the
Everything.
game Sunday, and could you believe what happened and all that other stuff. And so, um, what was it like for you when, or did you experience individuals who didn't have the same drive you had?
Absolutely, absolutely. And it was it made it saddened me because these are beautiful people, but at some point or another, they just lost their momentum, and they just gave up, and that's so disheartening because once you give up, your body's going to take over and do what it wants to do. So if you miss a treatment here, or you're eating poorly or drinking poorly, drinking too much, it's going to tell on you as a dialysis patient. Unfortunately, that's just the way it is.
Mm,
And it's sad because these are beautiful people. Like I say this again, it almost makes me cry because I watched. She used to call this elderly lady, Judy. She used to call me her squeeze because we were together for 5 years. Yeah, she's like 80 years old. Hey, squeeze. She's wonderful. And one day I came in and I was like, hey, where's Judy? And no one would talk to me. And finally, like a couple days later, hey man, she got sick. And she just said forget it, and she left.
Mm,
A
mm,
couple people just gave up.
mm.
One lady was on it for 22 years. At a certain point, you got to be like, either this is my lot in life, or the hell with it. I'm just gonna go do what I want to do. And that's what she chose, the latter. And then well,
Wow. Yeah. This is true. I witnessed that as well. Um, Especially around COVID time.
Mhm.
Uh, the older, I call them seasoned saints, right? The seasoned saints started to drop off because of the COVID. That's one thing. But when you start to talk about just completely clocking out
Yes,
and giving up, that's a whole nother monster. That's just a whole nother thing. And I could never understand why individuals around me did not take the same attitude as I did. Like, I'm fighting. I don't want to be
I,
here. I hate being here, but I'm fighting this thing.
none of us,
Go ahead.
none
What
of
you
us
gonna say?
chose to have dialysis. None of us chose to be on dialysis. No, not one of us. Not anyone in history. I can guarantee you that or said, "Hey, I want to have kidney disease and go on dialysis." But your attitude after that statement has to be, "I'm gonna, excuse my language, kick dialysis ass, kick kidney disease ass, get my new kidney and get on with my life." Have to be like that. It's imperative.
Yeah, I felt the same way. Um, it was just sad. It was a young guy there. He was probably in his early 30s, and he was
Wow.
listening to other people, and he was skip. He was skip treatments,
Treatment. Oh,
and when he did come, this guy, I mean, he was a little thing, right?
mm-mm.
But he have on 9, 10 kilos.
Hey, whew,
And
whew.
and, and, and when and folks, if you don't know what we're referring to, um, when your kidneys go bad, and one of the functions of your kidney is to regulate your fluid levels. That's what your kidney is supposed to do, regulate your fluid levels. And when it is damaged and you're in end stage renal failure, your kidneys are not operating the way that they're supposed to be. It's tough to get that fluid off of you. You have
Mm,
swelling of your feet, your ankles, your legs, other places, your face, your hands,
neck,
and
all
your
that.
neck, everything. And so they measure it in kilos. And when you got to get on the scale, you got to weigh yourself prior to when you come in the center, and you see where you are. And they set a dry weight for you, which is a weight that this is where you need to be. This is our goal to get you to,
Mhm.
right? My highest was one time, I believe I was at 4, the
4
most,
kilos over.
4 kilos over, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I was surprised. I think I went away or something like that. I was on vacation, and I gave myself the benefit of the doubt. I gave myself, even when I went away out of the country, I did better. When I was out of the country, I only came back with 3. over. I did really well. Now, just imagine somebody coming in with 9 to 10 kilos of water on them. Now, Sean, you know this, they can't take off but so much at a time.
So much because the people don't realize that. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off because it pops in my head when you mention things. People don't realize that dialysis is a workout for your heart. It's pulling blood out, it's cleaning your blood, and it's pushing it back in. All the while, your heart is compensating for that difference in the blood levels in your body, which is pumping more and pumping more and more and more. Eventually, hearts give out. It's a muscle. It's not supposed to be worked like that. That's why you try to be as close to your dry weight as possible so they don't work your system as hard.
Right. Exactly. And man, I came in one day just like you, and I asked my technician. I said, what happened to the young boy? Where young fella at? And my technician was almost in tears. She said he passed away. I said, what? You gotta be kidding me. Passed away. Another lady, she was a little bit older than us. I think she was probably in her early 60s or something like that. And she refused to take her binders. That's another thing. Oh, talk about the binders, man. Talk about the binders. Talk about the binders.
The phosphorus binder.
Yes.
The infamous binders. Everything you eat, like it's not everything, but there's a lot of things that are high in phosphorus. It's milk, there's cheese, there's dairy. Anything along those lines has phosphorus in it. And as your kidneys are working perfectly, it's removing the phosphorus out of your system through your urine. If you don't have kidney function, obviously it's not removing that. And there's side effects to having high phosphorus in your system. One of them is it calcifies. How should I put this in layman's terms? It takes away the function of your veins. It hardens your veins. Now there's no more blood flow. So whatever part of your body that vein is going to, it's rendered useless, if not have to be amputated. So it'd be your best bet is to take these pills they give you. It's called phosphorus binders, and phosphorus binders attach themselves to the phosphorus in your system, and then usually poop it out. I didn't at the end of my journey. I wasn't urinating it, so that took away another function of my body. But my being taking the binders, phosphorus and potassium binders, I was able to bind it and poop it out and kept my numbers at bay. If you don't take your binders, you will pay a severe price. It's going to give you all kinds of problems, and then it's going to lead to a heart attack. Simple as that.
And you said the right thing. And folks, listen, this is a disclaimer. I don't know if I said this in the beginning. I probably didn't. I should have. Sean and I are not healthcare professionals. We
not at all.
Not healthcare professionals. I'm not a nephrologist. He's not a nephrologist. However, we are experienced professionals. We are professionals. So you said the right thing that high phosphorus will calcify your veins. Right? They'll become rock solid. Nothing can get through.
Nothing.
And what happened with her, she had to have a bypass. Right? Wow. She had to have a bypass. And she refused to take the binders because she said that she take enough pills. She didn't want to take any more pills.
Oh.
And so she went for the bypass. And on top of that, she's taking blood thinners. So you have to be very, very careful. Very, very careful. And when I came in one day, And my technician, who is like one of my good friends to this day, and when I came in, she was just distraught.
Mm.
She couldn't even look at me. She was just, her voice was very, very frail. It was cracking. She was like, "Good morning, Mr. Merritt." And I was like, "What's wrong, T? What's going on?" And she just told me Miss So-and-so passed away. And I just hugged her. And it was just devastating to her because, these technicians, we become their family too. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Your caretakers become your family as well. And it was very disturbing to her. Yeah. So we've seen a lot. And it all starts up here, your mental. If you know why you're there and there's a strong possibility that you can get out of there, do those things. Do those things. Do what you're supposed to do. Do those things. And get on as many transplant lists as you possibly can.
There you go.
I don't
The more
care
the
what.
merrier, because
Yeah, go
you're only
ahead.
going to get one kidney. So put your pool out there. Get 10. If you can get to 10 different centers, then put 10 centers down. That just boost your chances of getting a kidney faster.
Right. And I also like to add that now the EGFR or the GFR calculation has changed because it was very discriminating towards African Americans. The calculations were very discriminating towards African Americans in particular. Those calculations made it seem like our kidneys were doing a lot better than they were. So what happened in the past, we were delayed dialysis. We would delay, and people died. People passed away. But fortunately for you and I, Brother Sean, we came under, to God be the glory for this. They changed it. And it was all because of young people. It was young people. These young students who were in medical school, learning and training, studying to be nephrologists themselves, saw that the calculations were wrong and something had to be done. So they protested about that and they changed it. So this segues into our next thing, is finally getting the call. Finally getting the call, bro. What was it like?
2:44 in the morning, 2:44 and 38 seconds, December 15th, 2023 was the best call of my life.
That's what's up. Tell us about it. Go through it.
You get on the, I'm going to go back to the when you apply to these places, they're like, you have certain parameters you have to meet, everything. That's with any hospital. You have to meet certain criteria.
Right.
And once I got all that stuff done, with colonoscopy, EKG, all this stuff has to be done, stress test. He's like, all right, we're gonna apply for you to become a part of the list. I was like, all right, cool, because this is another step forward. I'm happy. The next 2 days later, she's like, all right, you're on the list. I'm like, all right, cool, this is great. Yay. I probably won't get a kidney till January, February, cool. 8 days later, I couldn't believe it. Mr. Justice, we have a kidney for you. How long do I think you'd get here? I called you. I think I called you on the way. Or soon thereafter, because I was so emotional.
Well, you called me when you got there.
When I got there, okay.
You called me when you got there because I was actually in Charleston, South Carolina, at one of my follow-up appointments.
That's right.
And I just got out the shower, and I was like, my phone. I was like, oh, it was Sean. And I felt it in my spirit. I said, he got the call. I know he did. And I called you back.
Yes, sir.
And you said, hey, bro, I got the call. They prepping me right now.
That's right. Right now. It's ironic. It's I live in Florida, in case anybody who doesn't know. And usually it's warm, temperate. I got to the hospital, it was 30 degrees. It felt like 90 though, because I didn't care. I was getting a kidney. I care less. You couldn't take the smile off my face, bro. It was such an amazing feeling. Me and my wife sitting there almost in tears. I'm like, I'm about to get this. And I don't know how to act. Thank you, God. Thank you, God.
To God be the glory, man. To God be the glory, man. That's awesome, man. That's outstanding, man. That's outstanding. That's outstanding. So so right now you're post-transplant.
3 months.
Well, let's back up a couple of steps, right?
Okay.
Let's back up a couple of steps. I remember you was in the hospital because they keep you in the hospital for like what, 3 days, 4 days, or something like that.
I was there 6 days because my kidney didn't wake up fast enough.
Talk about that. Talk about that. That's exactly, you know where I was going. That's exactly where I want you to talk.
When you get a transplant, not every kidney starts working right away. It's healthy because when I have someone's kidney who died. Let's put it out there. I didn't have a donor or anything like that.
So you
I
have
had
a
deceased person.
Kidney, a deceased donor. Kidney.
Donor, exactly.
Okay.
So when someone passes and they're an organ donor, they harvest the organs and they put it on ice to keep it fresh. Well, it takes me 3.5 hours to get up there. So prep time is about 5 hours total. So it sat on ice a little bit longer than most kidneys.
Mm.
When they put it in me, everything was running good, but it wasn't really running good yet. So they kept me for usually in 3 or 4 days, like you said. But the fact that it hadn't woken up, I was producing urine again, which was amazing because, like I said, 5 years. But the numbers weren't right yet. And they were like, we're going to keep you a couple more days. I didn't want to hear that. I'm not going to lie to you. I called you.
Yeah, you did. You did.
I called you.
You had some choice words.
Yeah, yes.
I didn't blame you. I didn't blame you.
You can't tell me one thing and then do something else.
I had to talk you off the ledge, though.
Yeah, you did. Because I was
yeah, I was like, the Tasmanian devil
has arrived. Yes, I was ready to go. It kept me for a couple of days because they're like, your numbers aren't good enough. And once they got good enough, they kick you loose. At my center, a lot of other centers, they keep you there for 30 days because they want to have you in-house. But my numbers were good enough. They were like, all right, just when we need you to come back, come back. No problem. But yeah, it's so much. So all you guys who've gotten kidneys before us, God bless you.
For real.
Seriously.
That's my word. For real.
God bless you, man, because you went through it.
For real.
We got all this new medicine and everything. For us, the people before us didn't have all this. They're the real warriors. They're the real troopers.
That's true too. So what do you have to say to those who are on a list or thinking about getting on a list and who are still on dialysis? Some individuals may have given up hope. The time hasn't come yet. What would you say to those individuals?
Your time is coming. If it's for you, it's going to be for you. I'm not going to lie to you. I thought my time was never coming. COVID hit.
Same here.
I was like, I'm just going to do this forever, I guess. I just guess. This is the way it's going to be. Push. But it's an acronym for pray until something happens.
One more time. Say it to the cheap seats.
Push. It stands for pray until something happens. Because you know what? We can't do anything without that.
Mm.
We have to do our part. He's going to do his part, and it's going to end up the way it's supposed to. Simple and plain.
Amen, brother. Amen. I couldn't have said it better myself. I could have said it better myself, bro. You, man. Woo! I'm going to send you an offering, man. I'm going to send you a love offering, bro. Wow. Wow. That was just phenomenal, man. That was just phenomenal. And, you know, I just appreciate you so much. You know, cheering me on and hipping me to a lot of different things.
You're my big bro, man. Come on, man. BK all day. You know the deal.
Yeah, no doubt. And so, like I said, iron sharpens iron, and we've definitely been, you know, sharpening each other. It's been rough at times. It's supposed to be, you know, it's supposed to be. It's the grain and all that stuff.
There's been tears. There's been outbursts. I know on my part, because you know this is something that's not natural for someone to go through, and you need to be able to talk to someone. You have, if you're going through it, talk to somebody. Don't do it alone. It's just impossible to do it alone. I don't care who you think you are. Okay, you need people that care about you in your life to make this happen for you. My wife was there for me from day one till now. I couldn't have did it without her.
Same here, bro. The caretakers.
The caretaker is so important.
Shout out to the caretakers.
Absolutely.
Shout out to the caretakers. Yes. Gotta have them. Gotta have it. Listen, man, I don't want to keep you or folks, but a time is drawing near. But what I want to do is for those individuals out there, if you have questions, we are taking questions. So, hey, get inside the chat or wherever you are joining us, ask away. Ask away. And if you want to see more things like this, let us know. Let us know. Let us know. I'm pretty sure it's a lot we could have dug into.
There's so much more. We gotta do another kidney corner before the month's out.
Okay, we can do another kidney corner. If y'all
man, because I got too much to give.
Okay, cool. If y'all want to see more of the kidney corner, something like this, please hit us up. Let us know. We can do another one. So ask away. We waiting.
I know somebody has questions somewhere.
Somebody got something. All right, I'm gonna put this. This is not a question, but JS says more kidney corner. That's what's up.
Absolutely.
Okay.
If I can help, I will.
She says, I have stage 3 kidney disease. Will I need to start preparing for transplant? And yes, please keep this going. Okay, so Sean, do you want to answer that one?
Stage 3. I hate to be the Debbie Downer, but unless you do some drastic changes in your diet, your lifestyle, and keep in touch with your doctors and keep on top of it, it's going to progress. And I hate to say that to you, but if you're headed down that road and your nephrologist says, hey, you might want to think about dialysis, this is a little trick for you. Don't wait for them to say, hey, you need dialysis. Take proactive steps as in getting a fistula, an access point to your body, if you're definitely going to be on dialysis, because it saves you time. And it allows the access point to heal up perfectly, and that way it won't be a problem. And even if you don't need it, it's there. It's gone. You don't have to worry about it. It's just another vein in your arm. But yeah, prepare yourself. Even if you don't go on dialysis, prepare yourself for dialysis. Take the steps now to prevent yourself from going on dialysis.
That's it. Prepare or prep yourself now not to go on dialysis. What I agree with what Sean stated. Lucretia, listen to your nephrologist. If your nephrologist is saying, because I know for me, my nephrologist, because of the damage to my kidneys, my nephrologist kept prepping me and saying, hey, Craig, the older you get, the more this is going to progress. And I have to prepare you for the inevitable. Now, that was my case. I had FSGS. That's a specific form, of chronic kidney disease. So she kept preparing me for it. And like Sean said, hey, do those things that you need to do. Do those things that you need to do. The other thing I will add to this, the last thing he said, as far as preparing yourself and doing those things that will prevent you from going, because there are individuals who have reversed.
Exactly. I
They
had a
have
gentleman who was on dialysis with me, first shift every Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. He's not on dialysis anymore. Not because he got a kidney, because it reversed.
Right. That happened
It's a wonderful thing.
to an older gentleman on my road too. He said, yo, he used to call me Young Buck. He said, yo, Young Buck. He said, yo, Young Buck, I'm out of here. I said, you out of here? What you mean? You leaving? He said, nah, man, they say my kidney's working better now, so I don't need dialysis. I was like, praise God, man. I was happy for him.
Yes, it almost brings me to tears because you know what this person has gone through. You're going through it right then. Like, don't mess this up.
Right. So to your point, Lucretia says, thank you. Already started working on that change.
There you go.
Thanks for tuning in, Lucretia. Thanks for tuning in. All right, we got another one. Rosemary tuning in from Atlanta. I know that because that's okay. She says, explain what is PD again.
Oh, peritoneal dialysis. It's the home dialysis where they have hemo is in your arm and your chest and everything like that. PD has a tube in your stomach that's connected to. I'm trying to remember the name of the organ. It's I haven't done it in so long. I forgot the names. Oh goodness.
Well, I just know it's in your peritoneal cavity.
Yeah, it's dealing with the sac that instead of going through your chest and everything like that, it cleans your blood through that tube that's in the sac where your urine is stored at before it goes down to your bladder.
Right.
If you can get it clean there, you're fine. But it didn't work for me because my stomach acted up, honestly.
And also, too, I'll add this with peritoneal dialysis. It doesn't involve the blood. So hemo is blood.
Yes, blood.
So,
peritoneal is just the urine.
It's fluid. It's fluid. Yes. Yeah. So it just deals with fluid. It's not the blood per se, as opposed to hemodialysis, like Sean explained earlier. It takes out the blood, cleans it through a filter, then puts the blood back into you. So that's the difference with PD and how it works. Great question, Rosemary. Great question. We have another question. Alicia, how do you manage underlying conditions like diabetes and high blood pressure? What are the challenges? I'll leave that to you, brother.
Diabetes, goodness gracious. Diabetes is truly the silent killer because you think you're doing fine. You have to. I'll say it again. You have to watch your intake because you think that, oh, it's just this, it's just water, or it's just a piece of ham. All this stuff contributes to that diabetes and contributes to the dialysis as well. So it's a double-edged sword. You have to be diligent about your intake. I harp on that because it can get out of control so fast that you're in trouble. Next thing you know, you're big, and now you're fighting dialysis and diabetes, and you don't want that. It's easy to deal with one thing at a time. You know,
Right.
it's way easier to do one thing at a time. I've seen people in there in the clinic, and they're like, "I gotta take my insulin," and the lady's like, "You don't have enough blood in your system to be playing around like that." It's easier to deal with dialysis without the other stuff. And if you can control your sugar, I know it's hard because it was hard for me. I, I my grandmother's panty made she cooked for me 3 times a day for 30 years. I ate everything because it was great, but it's not great for you.
Mm.
Take some time and look at your diet and look at where you can tweak it to a point where you don't have to worry about it anymore.
That's
Think about
good.
going vegan. Think about going vegan. Seriously, I hate to say that to you, to anyone, because that's what they told me because I was having so much problems. But a vegan plant-based diet is going to help you more times than not. It's just an adjustment, really.
Yep.
But
And
good luck to you.
and on
High blood
the
pressure,
yeah,
I can't really talk about that.
yeah, on the high blood pressure side, I mean, you hit it. You hit it as far as controlling the diet. The diet. Your hey, processed foods.
Oh, my canned foods, yes,
And food.
absolutely.
You know, the sodium intake. A lot of fried foods. Now, we're not saying, okay, completely go cold
Obliterate.
turkey.
No, because no one can. I
However,
mean,
you
shit.
know, you got to regulate it. You just, moderation. Moderation. You have to become very, very disciplined as it relates to your health, your diet. You just got to be very, very disciplined. I know it's tough. Some people say, "Well, man, I've been eating like this for years," and so on and so forth, and this, that, and the third. I can't. You got to retrain yourself.
It's a lifestyle change.
It's a lifestyle change. It's a lifestyle change. I'm gonna do this real quick because one of my favorite guys said this, right? One of my favorite guys said this thing, and I hope I can grab it. I'm gonna change hats real quick. This guy said this. My guy Yoda. Master Yoda. Master Yoda said, you must unlearn what you have learned.
What you've learned.
You must
Everything you've
unlearn.
done in the past has to change. You gotta forget the past because the past got you where you are right now.
Thank you, Master Yoda. We appreciate you, man. No doubt. Thanks, Alicia, for that question. Keep watching. Keep watching. What else we got? What else we got? We got, okay, Marissa says, do your research and ask questions. People have so many more options than they realize. That is so true. When it comes to dialysis, from choice of clinics to your access site. That is correct. That is correct. Thank you for that, Marissa. Thank you. Thank you. Do your research.
Don't be afraid to ask. Don't be afraid to ask a question. Because no question is stupid. Because you're not a nephrologist and neither am I.
Right. You said it. You said it. You said it. She was also shout out to Ian Jones.
Ian.
Ian Jones.
What's up, folks?
That's Kingsman.
Yeah.
Kingsman, what's up, bro? The they said yes, Kingsman. What's up, bro? Oh, bro, we gotta talk, man. We gotta get you in the kidney corner, man. Now that I know what I know. Now that I know what I know. Oh, I got questions for you, bro. You had DeVita too? Oh.
Wait a minute. Hold up. Ian. Hold up. I get that man my number.
We coming for you, bro.
Yeah, you in trouble now, man.
We coming for you, fam. Get ready, get ready. But thank you, man. We appreciate you watching, bro. Shout out to the Kingsman, Ian Jones, my man.
One time for Naz. One time.
One time. And so Marissa had one more thing. I guess she was talking about when we were talking about PD, peritoneal. It puts
Mhm.
fluid in your peritoneal sac
That's what it
and
is. The sac.
dwells,
I couldn't
then
remember.
pulls it out and repeats several times, 8 hours, give or take. That is correct.
Mhm.
That is correct. That fluid in those bags is supposed to suck out the other fluid,
Toxins
the
and
toxins
all
and stuff
everything.
like that your kidneys
Mhm.
do. So thanks for that, Marissa. Thanks for that. Any other questions? I think that's it. I don't know. We got any more? We got any more? Let's see. We waiting. Okay,
Who's the
so we did
greeters?
have
Wow.
one earlier. I missed it. I apologize. All right, to my girl Lynn from VUU fam. Shout out to Lynn, DST. She says, how are you responding to the anti-rejection medications and talk about the cost? That's a
Whew,
great question, Lynn.
whew. No, that's a great
Awesome.
question because whew,
Great
them
question.
pills, them pills are expensive. Those
Yes.
pills are expensive, and you go through them. Um, I haven't had any problems with my anti-rejection pills. I just once I got a new kidney, my stomach problems went away. Really, I think it was just all based on my kidneys. As far as cost, it depends on what you're taking. I mean, I know my pills. At first, they say it's going to be about $187 a month, but it came down a little bit more because where your levels are is it determines how many pills you take. So it's not. It's about $75 a month, $85 a month, something like that. I don't even know. The wife takes care of the money when it comes to the pills.
The CFO.
To
I
be
got
honest,
you.
yeah,
The
you know,
CFO.
you know.
The CFO takes care of the money. Well, I'll say this. First, to answer your first question, I've done really, really well
Hmm.
with my anti-rejection medications. I believe that I had a really, really good post-transplant nurse. And she informed me, she says, Craig, make sure you eat a piece of bread, something.
What's up
One
with
in
your stomach?
particular, cell set. You take a
Hmm.
cell set, bro? You take a
Yeah.
cell set, right?
Hmm.
Okay, so
Hmm.
cell set, she says, make sure you eat a piece of bread or something, coat your stomach, or it will make you sick. She just told me like that. It'll make you sick. And so I do that. And she's giving me a range when to take my because we take it twice a day. We take anti-rejection medications twice a day.
Try to spread them out 12 hours.
Yeah. So I'm in a range. I'm in a range six for between 6 and 8. That's my first dose, and then at 10, because my Envarsus, I have to be on an empty stomach, so I have to wait 2 hours after that. Then I take my Envarsus, and then I have to wait another 2 hours, and then I can eat. Now, when we
Gotcha.
talk about cost, Sean is correct that it fluctuates. The cost fluctuates there depending on what type of health care and health benefits that you have, insurance that you have.
Hmm. Hmm.
Some medications are free. Some of them are. Some, not many.
not the pricey ones.
Not the price. Right, not the pricey
they,
ones.
they give you a little slack, but not that much.
Right. They give you a little something. And this is one thing I will say, and Sean knows about this too, because we were, talking and supporting one another prior to him getting his call, because we didn't know when he was going to get his call. And for me, living in the state of Georgia, and there's other states that have other foundations, like kidney transplant foundations, that you can join. Now, you have to go through evaluations with them as well. It's the application process, the evaluation process, but these are nonprofit organizations, and I will shout out the Georgia Transplant Foundation. Excuse me, the Georgia Transplant Foundation, GTF. I was told about them through my social worker, and make sure those of you who are on dialysis get with your social worker and ask
So
them
important.
tons and tons of questions. If they are
So
not
important.
providing you with information, there's financial information that you need to know about, because even from the transplant procedure, I looked at, you know how you get your stuff, your summary, Sean, from your insurance company, and I looked at how much it costs just for the operation.
Thank God for insurance, because
Thank God, because
I don't know.
I looked at how much it costs, and you're talking maybe $100 grand, or just to start off the
Just to
grant,
start,
100 grand.
just to open you up, just to say, hey, we're gonna operate on you.
That's
It
it,
ain't the $100,000 right then.
right
Not to
there,
mention everything else that's involved with that.
right,
Anesthesiologists, just everything. Oh
everything.
God.
So the Georgia Transplant Foundation, I thank God for them. And when I got with them, I was able to do a fundraising campaign. So they encourage that, because I'm
Do
in
your part.
production and all that other stuff. I did a video, and the manager at my dialysis center at the time, she was so gracious enough. Felicia, thank you. Uh, she I was able to go in and film my charge nurse, as well as the nutritionist at the time, just to talk about me as a patient. And they did a wonderful job. I put something together as a video for a fundraising campaign, and we were able to raise a great amount in a short period of time. Thank God. And what the Georgia Transplant Foundation does, they match up
Whatever
to
you do.
$10,000.
That's so wonderful.
So
Only do it.
if you raise 10,000, they're gonna match 10, so you got 20.
People
So
don't realize that. Uh-oh.
yeah, go ahead. You froze up or
I'm
something?
sorry. Yeah, I just wrote it real quick. People don't
Okay.
realize that after transplant, and if you have to stay somewhere, this is money that you're not accustomed to spending. Hotels are by the day. I'm sorry. I don't care where you live. You got to eat.
Talk
Your
about
caretaker got to eat.
talk
It's some
about
money
it.
involved.
Talk about it, because in the beginning, when you go to get evaluated, not a lot of people know this, but when we said get on as many transplant lists as you possibly can, ensuring that you're about maybe 4 hours away. Being in Georgia, I'm surrounded by many states: Alabama, Florida, South Carolina, North Carolina, Tennessee.
Oh
So
yeah, you
I
didn't
can
melt the
hit
pot. You
all
was
those.
good.
I can hit
Yeah.
all those places, right? So I was listed in 3 places, and when I got my call, I was working on the 4th, which was in Charlotte, North Carolina. So when they tell you, they say, well, after your surgery, you got to be here. They tell you 30 days, up to 30 days. You have to stay close to the clinic or the facility for 30 days. It's not really 30 days. They just tell you that to prepare you, because you don't know what's going to happen. Like Sean said, his kidney didn't wake up right away. So he had to stay at the facility. I believe I stayed because I got the call from MUSC, great facility, in Charleston, South Carolina. It's about 4 hours away from where we live here in Georgia. And so the Georgia Transplant Foundation, Kidney Transplant Foundation, paid for my night stay. They have, at the hospital, they have a social worker. And so she was like, okay, because they're gonna release you soon. So we got the perfect hotel. They partner with Really nice hotel, really nice hotels. That's like extended stays with the kitchen and the room, the bedroom. Beautiful.
Oh,
Georgia
sweet. That's
Transplant
nice.
Foundation took care of it all. They book it, they took care of it all. So it's things like that that people have to educate themselves. And Marissa said that. Research, educate yourself, ask questions. Ask questions and showing what you say, brother, you got to do your part, right?
You gotta do your part. You gotta do your part. And to piggyback what you were saying, I was listening for four places, maybe five. I was on my fifth one in Miami. Tampa was the first place I got listed. I'm not listed, but was doing my evaluations at. And they explained to me how, hey, you gotta stay here 30 days. I'm like, well, I live 3 hours away. I could just drive. They're like, no, we want you to stay. I'm like, wow, that's a tough haul, because now my wife is involved and everything like that. I got approved for Gainesville, and they actually had it set up where they had suites upstairs for you to stay. So in
Nice.
that respect, I was a little bit luckier because
Nice.
I saved that money. Thank God, because I got fed. I had somewhere to stay. My wife had somewhere to stay. I had my own little suite, and they fed us both for the whole time. So it worked out really well for me. But not everybody's going to have that situation or that same kind of results. So please prepare yourself for any and every option that you could think of. Talk to people. Call Craig. Call me. I will give you my number. I don't care. I want you guys to be able to take care of yourselves because it's a hard road to hoe by yourself.
That's big. That's big. That's big. That's really big. I'll do a few more. These are statements, not questions, but these are statements. JS says, y'all are an inspiration for many. Keep this going and the word will spread. We have to take charge of our health and take charge of our bodies. That is correct. That is absolutely correct, Jay.
Facts.
Marissa says, you guys rock. Thanks, Marissa. More Kidney Korner. Great. Awesome. Awesome. She also responded to the question that Lynn had. It varies as far as the medication, but they tell you to budget $200 a month for medications with insurance. That's not without, but with.
That's with insurance. She's right. Absolutely right.
That's
Because
correct. Yeah.
when you start talking about without insurance, these prices go through the roof. One pill that costs $20 will go to $800 real quick. And they'll look you in the face and ask for the $800. Please, if you can.
Alicia, we appreciate you. We appreciate you. Thanks for watching. Thank you so much for watching.
Thank you for participating.
Yes,
Thank you so much.
yes, indeed. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put up the email address for Get in Position. And if you all have any questions,
Shoot Craig the questions, and if I can help him, he'll turn to me. I'll answer him if I can.
Definitely. Email us at getinposition21@gmail.com. Leave us a comment there. Send us an email. Leave us a comment. Let us know if you learned anything, if this was helpful, if you would like to see more Kidney Korner information. Hopefully, we can get some more guests. And the word will spread. So I'll leave that up there for just a moment because we don't want to take up too much time. Thank you guys for hanging in there with us. Thank you, because time can go so fast. Oh,
so
man.
quick.
When you're spitting out that information. You're spitting out that information.
You know what it is? I want everybody to have the best time they can and the easiest path to whatever they need to have.
Yes. Lynn says, this was awesome. Thank you. I pray this catches on, especially with young people of color. Absolutely, Lynn. Absolutely. That's the key. That's why we do this. That's why you see two brothers here wanting to spread the word, because we know that God has given us a new lease on life, and it's not about us anymore. We both know that. And my brother Sean, he keeps encouraging me. He tells me on social media, keep spreading that good word, bro. Keep spreading
Me
that
too,
good
man.
word. Because
There's people out
sometimes,
here who need to hear it.
yeah. Because sometimes you do stuff and you're so close to it, you don't really see, and you don't know if people are paying attention. But I thank God for you, my brother. Thank you, man. We got to
Oh,
do this again, and
absolutely, man.
maybe we will do something very specific
Yeah,
as
we'll
it
just
relates.
jump on relate to kidney. Yeah, because this was the
It
broad
relates.
concept we were talking about right now. But if we get
Yeah.
really dive into it and get specific, we can. Song and verse. I got 8 years experience.
Hey, hey, hey. That's wonderful. So, guys, thank y'all so much. We're going to close out. I thank you all so very much for joining us tonight. Thank you, Brother Sean. Thank you so much, man. We're going to give you some
Absolutely.
applause again. Woo!
Thank you, man. I appreciate
Woo!
it.
Woo! Peace out, brother. Don't go
Have a good
anywhere. We'll
evening.
put you backstage. All right?
Yes.
Again, guys, thank y'all so much for joining Craig in the Kidney Corner. This has been a Get in Position production. And we thank you all for joining us. And listen, you all have a great evening. Peace out.
Straight from Brooklyn, better known as Brooklyn. Never taking shorts because Brooklyn's the borough.